What's the most WTF moment you've ever had at a party? New Year's party at a farmhouse. This guy I know has taken LSD. He found a top hat and cape somewhere and was wearing them. He is having a bad trip and is just spiraling into a depression and fixating on death while being freaked out on his trip. So I take him outside to get him away from all the smoking and noisy drunks in the house. We step out on the dark porch and for a minute he seems to be getting right when suddenly about 10 cows run by the porch. His eyes go wide and he runs away. The drunks in the party yell the cows are out and they all start chasing the cows trying to round them up, but the cows are now smarter than the drunk people, so they were not doing a good job of it. And I never saw that guy again. I found the cape and top hat laying on the floor like he just vanished and they fell straight down. Caught a guy sucking a banana in the bathroom. The host got so drunk. He pulled his dead pet lizard out of the freezer, saving it to bury it in the spring, and showed it to everyone in the room. Then he started crying, threw up, pissed himself, and passed out. I have no idea if the lizard ever made it back to the freezer. I saw 2 guys jerking it while the girl they were with was in front of them eating fries. She didn't seem interested. She was just eating. We had a bonfire going. I left early once the shine came out. About an hour after I left, some of the guys started spitting mouthfuls of the stuff through the fire to make fireballs. Caught some of the grass on fire. Tried to put it out by peeing on it and ended up starting a 200-acre fire. The girl took my pillow without my knowledge and then proceeded to throw up all over it. She said she would get me a new one. Allison, it's been 3 years, please give me a new pillow. This guy was caught in the daughter's bedroom of the hosts jerking off into her underwear. What made it worse was that the daughter, who luckily was away, wasn't more than 6 years old. He was slapped around a bit and then the cops came and took him away. One of the guys who lived at the house was kicking some extra obnoxious people out when all of a sudden one guy pulled a knife and swung at the host. It hit the guy in his cheekbone and went down, thank goodness it didn't go into his eye. Still. Huge gash. Tons of blood. Cops came and found the guy later that night. I threw an underage drinking party at my parents' house right after graduating. 2001, one of my friends passed out on my parents' brand new beige leather couch. Partygoers started drawing dicks and swear words all over his face with a Sharpie. He nearly woke up and then rolled over face down so everyone gave up. About an hour later he wakes up and the marker had bled from his face onto the couch. I started freaking out and I tried every cleaning product or scrubber they had with no luck. Eventually I went to the garage for some stronger chemicals. Carb cleaner worked wonders on the marker. It took all of it off. As well as the finish on the leather. I realized I was fucked and tossed a couple pillows over it. My mom noticed it within 10 minutes of getting home. Needless to say, my parents were pissed. I was too old to be grounded and too poor to replace the couch. I just got to experience maximum disappointment, which is far worse. Eventually that couch was gifted to me. I woke up being used as a pillow in threesome. In the same street as our party. There was another party where someone flashed a laser into a helicopter flying over, illegal. Police arrived at our party to find who has the illegal laser. I go into the house to hide the bong and weed, also illegal, and there's 5 or 6 people doing lines of cocaine. The backyard is full of cops, I think 5 or 6, and we're shitting ourselves thinking the police will come inside and catch us with all the drugs. The people at the other party flash their laser into the sky again and all the cops run off to catch the laser person. I'm an air traffic controller. For anyone reading this, do not shine laser pointers at aircraft. It may seem harmless and funny. But it happens all the time and can cause grievous injuries to pilots. I've seen people with permanent burn marks on their eye from some type of way that the laser can fragment and scatter if it hits the cockpit just right. It can completely fuck a pilot's night vision for 30 to 45 minutes. Until their pupils can readjust to dim lighting again. If this happens during a critical phase of flight, low altitudes, it can lead to fatal errors. I've sent police helicopters after lasers, and have. Many times. Had to recite phraseology to other pilots on all my broadcast frequencies for 20 minutes following an occurrence. Attention all aircraft, unauthorized laser illumination event, location, altitude. It is a giant pain in the ass and can cause a lot of serious harm that you may never realize. It is simply not worth it for a drunken prank. It is kind of crazy that they let anyone have a laser these days. They can be incredibly disruptive. I was at a friend's birthday party and him and a group of maybe 5 to 10 kids were there. We put on Shrek and I was on a recliner watching it. Meanwhile these other kids were messing around. One of them took their shirt off and said, "Who wants to join the no shirt gang?" Everyone but me and this other kid took their shirt off. Then. The crazy one said, "No pants gang." They took their pants off. Fast forward a bit and we had like 8 naked kids running around screaming naked gang. Well, me and this kid say they're like WTF. Me and this kid who didn't strip are actually really good friends today. Threw an after hours birthday party for a friend. Everyone from the bar was there. Wall to wall people. I was drunk and thought I was seeing things. The baby and I mean at least 2 months old crowd surfing. I never sobered up so fast in my life. Someone almost dropped her and held her dangling by her arm and I grabbed her and rushed her out of the crowd. Mom left her in her car seat by the door and went to smoke weed in the back room. At 3 a.m. I really don't know how long the baby was manhandled. But she just fell asleep in my arms. She was so tired. We just shut it all down. Made everyone go home. It was appalling. Reminds me of a story. We were at some bar on a Friday night sitting around a table. 4 or 5 of us. Guys from work. All of a sudden this girl walks up with a baby in a car carrier, puts the kid in the middle of the table and says to one of the guys it's your turn and walks out. We were all literally speechless. The guy looked shocked. Everybody continued to sit there and drink. When it became obvious the guy wasn't going to leave with the kid and just continued to drink. I got up and left. Was standing in a circle with 4 other people smoking some weed and talking. Girl comes up super drunk, all happy and smiling. Everything is all good and suddenly out of nowhere she drops her pants, squats down and pees right in front of all of us. Like legit still talking and looking right at us. Hosted a party in high school. Girl and a guy spent a bit of time in the bathroom. Not a huge deal. Went to use the bathroom and wash my hands after. The hand towel had a whitish, gooey, sticky substance on it. Took a closer look and it was covered. Like a disgusting amount. The backside of the towel was completely soaked. I didn't know a human could produce that much. I stepped out and a buddy saw my face and began laughing his ass off. He knew exactly what I had found and laughed harder when he saw how much. He then informed me that the couple in there before accidentally broken one of the soap dispensers and used the towel to clean up the liquid soap. The liquid soap happened to be a near identical color to another substance that I had confused it for. I don't think I've ever felt so relieved in my life. Turns out it was an orgy, so I was kinda confused why they started doing it on the floor. Not really a party. A sleepover a few years back. I was probably 14 or 15. Some of the girls thought it would be fun to do some prank calls on various people. And we got a kick out of it for a while. Everything was going fine. We were all having fun and laughing. Then, one of the girls rings up a lady. I'm not sure if the girl knew this woman or not. But when she answers we did the classic. Hello, this is Wendy's or something along the lines of that. Then, at this, the lady starts naming every girl at the sleepover. We were all freaked out and I don't think I've seen anyone hang up the phone faster. It was truly terrifying. Someone took their Nissan Pathfinder straight through the wall. Nothing else to it, just drove right through the wall. We were looking for this girl that had kinda disappeared when my buddy, hosting, noticed his brother was also missing and responded with fuck not again, help me break this door down. Apparently his brother, 14, was known for taking the really drunk chicks into his room and trying to do shit too with them. Passed out. Woke up with drawings on my face. And needing to hurl. I stood up from emptying the party tank. Saw the reflection in the mirror. Fell backwards into the bathtub. Cracked my head open, passed back out. It was my 16th birthday and my crappy friend invited some guys who were known to be assholes. She had a huge crush on one of the guys and was hoping to make a move on him. The assholes show up and as per their name, acted like assholes. My parents decided to cut my birthday party short and kick everyone out. One guy named Nick was pissed that the party got cut short, so he whipped his dick out and peed all over my birthday cake. Cake was ruined, and I spent my 16th in tears. My crappy friend, we are not friends anymore, was mad that my parents cut the party short. Well, actually she was mad that the guy she was chazzing has zero interest in her, so she decided to give me the wonderful nickname of Sweet 16 Pisshead. That Nick guy has been in and out of jail, kids with multiple women and can't keep his shit together. So in the long run, I have done a lot better than him. I was at a frat party. They had beer pong in the basement. I saw this kid turn around and just vomit all over the floor. When he was finished he looked at his friends and realized they hadn't seen, so he just acted like it didn't happen. It was kinda dark and spilled beer was everywhere so not immediately noticeable. Some other guy comes over and is like, hey, who threw up all over the floor? And the guy who did was like, gross, wasn't us. I'm pretty sure I'm the only person who saw what happened. 2 crust punks locked themselves in the bathroom during a rager and took a disgusting bubble bath and got truly offended when we told them to tfo. 2001 a chick pulled her granny panties up into her butt crack like a thong after taking off her denim skirt and danced sexy for everyone. We were separated by sliding glass doors. She was outside by the moldy pool and we were inside in the completely dark kitchen. They used black lights to hide the cockroaches. We couldn't hear whatever music it was she was dancing to, but by her dance moves, I'm guessing Thriller. I was sober BTW. I also left a cousin at the same party. He wanted to stay and he did. For 6 months. That place. Those people and their parties provided a treasure trove of pretty cringe-worthy memories for me. But it was pretty fucking fun at the time. The hostess had invited a man she was having an affair with. Her husband was clueless and was out back playing grill master and was completely preoccupied. I guess she thought she was safe. At some point another man the hostess was having an affair with showed up to kick the ass of the other man. The hostess had a nervous breakdown and locked herself in the bathroom in hysterics. Her husband kicked the 2 fighting guys out of the party. Never knowing what they were fighting about. He thought his wife lost her shit because 2 random guys started fighting at their party. I didn't know what was going on until a friend of mine clued me in while it was all happening. Went to a party in the hills where the host proceeded to do a welcome shot with literally everyone who showed up. Party had 50 people. I shot 9 or 10, she was gone. Her boyfriend walked around the party for the next hour or so. Beer in one hand, her hair in the other as she carried around a bucket and puked spontaneously in the middle of conversations. How about them Lakers? Yeah man, Kobe's last year has been fun. Barf, really trying to score some tickets to the last game. If you have a hookup I'd really appreciate it. Man, no problem. Text me tomorrow and I'll ask around. Truly one of the strangest parties I've ever been to. Ended up having a lot of fun tbh lol. Everyone but a couple people got super drunk. The guys got in a punch each other in the nuts contest and the girls started shooting fireworks at each other. I was 15 going out with a friend who was 16. Who knew the hosts? All above 25. The host turned up the music to blast off level intensity in order to fuck with his up until recently girlfriend. Who was next door. Keep in mind this is an apartment building. Eventually the cops show up, turns out I was by far not the youngest there. The hosts, who were completely off their faces, jump out the window from 2 stories and leg it out into the woods. All caught by police dogs. But pretty funny to watch. Also my friend was having very loud sex while all this was going down. The only one who managed to get away was the 31-year-old immigrant drug dealer who worked at the local school.